What's up, everybody? Anthony here, Empire Music, empiremusic.com. Happy Monday morning, 7 a.m., bright and early. Always thanks for tuning in here. If you don't get our emails, please subscribe to our email list. There's a link in the description. There's a link in our bio if you're watching this on Instagram. Thank you to everyone that came out last week. Had a little bonus day of it, but the Taylor event that we had last Thursday really went well. Great turnout for it. And everyone that showed up Saturday morning to see Mike for his little quick second chance event, also thank you to all of you as well. And if you want to just learn more about our events, that's the email list that I had just mentioned is a great way to kind of be the first notified to see that stuff. Speaking of Taylor, tomorrow, Tuesday, going to be a very big announcement for a great deal. We'll foreshadow that it is the return of a deal, one of our most popular promotions that we do with Taylor guitars, actually across the board with all of our brands. That's going to be, just check your inbox. Again, great reason to subscribe to our email list. I'll say that for a third time. But great way to get those promotions. So big launch tomorrow to kind of move us into the holiday season. Super excited about that. So stay tuned on all of the platforms to hear more about that promotion with Taylor guitars. Today, it's the last day of our anniversary sale. So it's the last day of September. That means it's the last day for 22% off a crazy amount of Fender Custom Shop stuff. Take a look at that inventory. Again, links below in the description, link in our bio for Instagram. And really want to think hard about that today because it all goes away tomorrow. But fear not, holidays are coming right around, so you know Empire Music, as always, will be running some sales through the holidays, but you'll miss out on the 22%, I guarantee you that. What else? Am I missing anything? Oh, Taylor, again, another Taylor thing, American Dream stuff. There's just a few left. Links everywhere I've already mentioned. But rock bottom pricing on American Dream stuff. Really nice way to save a ton of money on absolutely great guitars. They're just going away. They weren't as popular as they had hoped, but they're still a great guitar. No Taylors I'm showing you here because, again, tomorrow, big announcement with the big guys there. But I do want to show you some amazing Martin Custom Shop stuff. So D18, pretty simple, right? Then you see that beautiful Pale Moon Ebony fretboard on there, Pale Moon Ebony bridge. D18 though, so you have mahogany, Sitka spruce, absolutely classic sounding guitar with a unique touch. It's like beautiful. It's so understated in the black finish with the minimal binding on it, but then you get this like crazy exotic Pale Moon Ebony on it. There's only a few of these we have available out of the custom shop. Really nice guitar. So that is here, obviously. And if you come in, these won't be on the floor because that black finish, we don't want people grabbing that stuff. I didn't even like taking that thing out of the case. But we do have, I think there's 3 or 4 of those in stock, so check those out. And then in a Grand Performance body shape, which is a unique body shape, have this beautiful Swiss spruce, so European high altitude spruce, tight grain. I kind of think of it a little bit Adirondack-ish, maybe even a little bit more powerful than that. Big leaf flame maple on the back and the sides. Flame maple binding on it. Power shells all over the place. That actually looks like liquid metal bridge pins on that, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that because I didn't read that in the specs. But check out the inlays and the hexagon inlays with all the power shell on it. Power looks so great when you're comparing it to the abalone look. There's just all these different blue and green kind of hues that pop out on it in a toasted burst finish. Body shape wise, it's a really cool hybrid of like the one I'm going to show you next, the one I just showed you, and then the one I'm going to show you fourth in that. So between like the Dread, the J's, and you get a little bit of all of those tonal characteristics out of it. I love a Grand Performance body shape. That's just an absolutely beautiful guitar, powerful. As we think about that stronger spruce, but you have that top end of maple on that. Maple gets, you know, Joe, obviously our owner who does the Old This Week videos and all of our acoustic demos, really teaches me a lot about tone woods and how maple gets, you know, misrepresented as just high end. There's a lot of low end out of maple too. It's not having all the mids in it, but it has a lot of low end. People just think of it as a bright wood. It's really not that. It's pretty dynamic. And then in a J41 in Flame Koa. Now here we see some more abalone, so you can see the difference. There's not as much of the blues and the greens that come out in the abalone in the inlay and on the rosette here. But you do have some power shell on the bridge pin inlays. So a great body shape, wider lower bout here. All that mid-range that you pull out of Koa, they age great. You know, all the things people always say about Koa, it is very true. Beautiful looking guitar as well. And then in a D28, very akin to the 1937 Authentics because it has that neck shape on it, but Adirondack top. You guys, this is a good idea to show too. You can look, Adirondack's a pretty tight grain. Look how much tighter the European spruce is on the grain. That tells you kind of how that tone was going to pronounce. And then check this out. Madagascar rosewood back and sides. Very similar to Brazilian in its tonality, so very full, very rich. It's like rosewood on steroids, so to speak. This is, and then, authentic bracing in this, golden era bracing in the Alpine spruce, and then standard forward shifted X brace in the other two. Sorry I didn't mention that. You know, it's kind of benign in its looks, but it's so powerful in its sound. Crazy, crazy cool guitar. You don't see a lot of Madagascar rosewood, and it really does have that grain of Brazilian. We had a beautiful Brazilian rosewood, which I'll show you another one here. Actually, let's skip ahead to that. Nah, it doesn't have the same grain on it. Okay, we're gonna skip back. Empire 58 P bass. I think it's the second one in this finish we've got in pewter. NOS, 4,200 bucks. You cannot beat it for Fender Custom Shop bass right now. It's killing. Love it with the white guard. I love building these things out in some like weirder non-50s, non-late 50s finishes. It's really cool. Roasted alder body, roasted maple neck, Empire spec pickup. Love it with the white guard. We got some great Empire 58s coming in the next batch. Got some new finishes coming in. Reach out if you want to get some information on that. But if you've watched kind of the timeline of the Empire 58s, we started with your Olympic whites and your surf greens, and then got into the sparkle finishes and violin bursts. Now we're doing tobacco bursts and aquamarine metallic. We're really expanding the color palette of that, the colorways, and we're not doing a lot of anything, which is really something I wanted to make a point to do. It's not overloading on any one color, so you'll see some cool stuff. Speaking of Brazilian rosewood, although not quite the grain on that we saw on that Madagascar, Dennis GALUSZKA Masterbuilt 59 Strat, seafoam green. I mean, you don't get any cooler than the seafoam with the mint green and then the off-white pickup covers and knobs. Absolutely incredible. 60s oval C, tomatillo pickups in it, Brazilian rosewood neck. So you see on the back here, US only with Dennis's kind of signature on it. These always sell really well. Dennis is such a classic, like old world builder. You really, really get like the legacy of Fender in Dennis's builds. We've talked to him before. He is such a purist on stuff. It's really nice to see that. First, your more modern guys, also awesome, like, you know, Levi Perry or what we might see. Again, out of some of the younger guys in the custom shop. Dennis has been around forever, and it shows it in his guitars. Hardtail, 70th anniversary, super lightweight on this. Man, this is crisp. It's like, feels like chambered ash. I'm not sure that it is a gold hardware on that. 754V on the neck profile and 54 spec pickups in that. So this is only available this year, so this is going away soon. And then back in stock, there's only 50 of these ever going to be made. Empire exclusive American Pro 2 Strat in FIREMIST metallic, FIREMIST gold metallic. All the American Pro 2 features, but in our Empire kind of colorway there. Matching head cap on it too, pretty cool. And then brand new Player 2s in these chambered bodies. So we have it in chambered ash and the cherry burst. It's also available in chambered mahogany in, I believe, 2 other finishes. I think it's white and the mocha are mahogany. The cherry and the cherry burst are in ash. Don't quote me on that. I think I might have got those wrong, but we're running out of time. Chambered, player 2 tellies in stock. These sound great, ultra lightweight. 412-343-5299. If you see anything, keep an eye out for big news tomorrow on a Taylor promotion. And today, last day of the anniversary sale to save 22% off an amazing array of Fender custom shop and a few other bonus things in there. See you next time. Thanks.